I would like to start with getting everyone to think of an activity that you used to enjoy doing. Maybe as a kid, maybe something a while ago, or maybe something you keep saying you'll try. Now, this activity could be anything. It could be drawing, painting, building Legos, even. Just don't overthink it. Now, I'm going to give you a few seconds to think of your activity. And give me a thumbs up when you kind of have an activity in mind. Okay, great. So for me, this activity that I was thinking of was ballet. I started when I was 4, and at that age, nothing about it was deep. It was just fun. Stickers after class, making new friends, and jumping around. Now, think of your activity. Chances are, it started about the same way. It wasn't always fun, but you stuck to it because you enjoyed it. And here's something interesting. Creative expression in children shows that it is linked to stronger critical thinking, creativity, and problem solving skills, with cognitive performance increasing by up to 16 to 19%. And it's kind of crazy because when you're doing it, you're not doing it for that 19% increase in cognitive performance. You're doing it because you enjoy it. So maybe that's why, for me, as I got older, I started to not see the value in doing ballet anymore. Because when I got older, ballet started to feel different. Classes got stricter, expectations higher, and because I didn't see the value of keeping it anymore, it started to feel more like a burden. Then I moved in grade 7. New place, new routine, and because I didn't really see the value of ballet anymore, I stopped trying to fit it into my life. And it wasn't some big decision. It just happened because I got busy. And honestly, I didn't really miss it either. Or at least I told myself I didn't. Now think about your activity. I'm not saying everyone, but chances are some of this sound familiar. Instead, you hang out, you watch things, you scroll a bit, and suddenly your time is full. But not really with the things that you're doing for yourself or things that give you value. You start skipping things that take extra effort, things that don't give you immediate gratification. And because this happens bit by bit, you don't really notice. But imagine you keep going like this, and you don't give yourself the chance to try something properly and to stick with something long enough to see what it can do for you. Because this isn't really a story about ballet. It's about how easy it is to lose the things that lets us express ourselves, and how important it is to keep that one thing. Now, I went years without ballet. Then, the summer before junior year, I was trying to find a job, which, if you're under 16, it's really hard in Singapore because a lot of places don't want to hire you. But then, my old ballet teacher randomly called me up saying that she needed extra help at her school and she heard I was back in Singapore. And it honestly kind of felt really random, but it was like a reminder that I didn't know that I needed. So I said yes, and I ended up helping out at my old ballet studio. At first, it was purely practical. I was helping out with rehearsals, teaching little kids, and dealing with parents. Nothing very exciting. But being back in that space did something for me. I started noticing the younger dancers. They were fooling around, learning their steps, rolling around on the floor even. But the most important thing was that they were expressing themselves and they were having fun. And that made me realize what I've been missing. Not ballet specifically, but having somewhere to put my energy, my ideas in a fun way and do something of value. And let me tell you something. Having an creative outlet isn't always going to be fun because the learning process has its ups and has its downs. But it's really important that you show up, try, and get into kind of a flow state. So eventually, I went back to ballet. I just thought, why not try again? And that's why I'm standing here telling you this. Because sometimes, like me, you get a lucky reminder to go back and do it. But if you aren't paying attention and you aren't alert, you won't pay attention to the reminder and you won't do it. So I'm here to tell you that to do it. And for all those who already have an activity that you're doing, this is just your encouragement to keep going because it really matters. And guess what? Research shows this too. Creative expression is linked to increase in well-being, confidence, and figuring out who you are. Arts engagement is also linked to lifelong learning, identity, and connecting with others. But you don't really need to research to tell you. You'll feel it when you do it. Now, before I end, I want to bring ourselves back to the question I asked at the start. Think about your activity. Maybe it's something you dropped. Maybe it's something you never got to try. And maybe it's not even the activity you thought about at the start. And that's fine. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need the conviction to take the first step. Because expression unfolds as you go. As I leave you here today, I want you to think, what's something you're going to actually start doing with yourself? And see where that takes you. Thank you.